I want to have an action that I start and finish. I start and finish. So that's what we're talking about today. Starting your day with specific behaviors that activate your prefrontal cortex, and they're simple behaviors, super simple. That's important. That's important. Some people say, oh, I'm going to run off to the gym. And I'm like, great, but I needed to write my software before I went to the gym, right? I needed to write that software. Now, if I get up and I'm late, the very first software I start to write is negative, out of control, feeling uncertain, anxious, irritated, frustrated. You might even be depressed and irritated where you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know why I try. Now I'm frustrated and depressed. I'm anxious and depressed. That's a crazy combination right there. So when you first wake up in the day, you write your software. You get to write whatever you want. Sometimes you wake up and you're just extra tired and all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, my software just started getting written. I started writing my software I didn't want. So think about it. I ask you to try this for 1 week. Tell yourself, I'm going to wake up. Oh, this is how I get strong, by the way. I'm going to erase that. I'm going to wake up. And as soon as I start thinking about anything, I'm going to put my feet on the floor. And I don't mean wake up in a panic and throw your feet on the floor. Wake up, and as soon as I'm clear enough to go, oh yeah, I'm awake, I have to get up. Oh, get up. Just put your feet on the floor. That's it. I'm not even saying get out of bed. I'm saying we wake up. So there's one. So there's the first thing we do. We actually wake up. We wake up. And the second thing we do, now we could really micromanage this, by the way, and make about 10 things we did before we get in here, but we want to get too crazy, John. See, the second thing you're going to do is put your feet on the floor. Turns out that these two behaviors, and I try this back and forth a lot because, again, I talk about this stuff so much that I try different things. Like some days, if I'm talking to myself about how much I'd rather stay in bed, I let myself sit there. I just want to see what happens. So I'm like, okay, let's see what happens if I don't follow my direction. Let's see what happens, because isn't this interesting? This is your first test of integrity in the day. Did I do what I said I was going to do while nobody was watching? Or if you have a significant other there with you, or the dogs are in the bed, they don't care. So while no one's watching or while no one cares, we could add that in for the world because you might have somebody there. So this is your first test of integrity right here. So when people say, well, leaders have integrity, I would say no one has integrity, but we keep working on demonstrations of doing what we thought was the right thing, doing what we said we were going to do. So when we talk about big things, we talk about integrity in life, well, it all starts here in our brain.